They like trap music, but that's not me. They like pop music, but that's not me. I'm the baby face that will put you in your place, set you up, take it safe, then vanish without a trace. They like Balenciaga, but that's not me. They like Dolce Gabbana, but that's not me. I'm the baby face that will put you in your place, take your girl to your face.
You are now tuned into the Boxing Bros. I'm Kaden and I'm here with my co-host.
Going on, it's Tro Dollar Bill.
Slippery G.
And it's the eyes that can see. It's the TBE. What's up, word?
All right, so the first topic we're going to discuss is the bout for Undisputed. Tyson Fury's growing frustrated. Joshua seems to believe that the fight's going to take place, and Eddie Hearn is saying that he's just waiting for contracts to be sent. So let's take a look. Here's an article from dazn in which this was boxing journalist Garth Davies was talking to Boxing with Chris Mannix on dazn and gave an update on how talks were progressing in financial details. And here's what he had to say. He said, I think we're very close, within a fortnight of that contract being signed, he said. The contract deal is 50-50 and 60-40 for the loser in the second fight, if that happens, is agreed. I think he meant 60-40 for the winner. The winner gets 60-40 to the loser. The teams of lawyers are going over the fine print at the moment. And then here's some quotes where he said, that interview Fury did where he seemed to pour water on the fire was just him expressing frustration. Davies explained that Fury is mainly troubled by the idea of time out of the ring hurting his chances ahead of any fight. Privately, he told me that the deal would be done a few days ago. He gave it until the end of February only because he didn't get a fight. Didn't get a December fight. We've only now just passed the anniversary of a year since he fought Deontay Wilder, he said. I think it was just frustration that if this fight doesn't get signed and sealed by the end of April, then he's losing time because it's 19, 20 months out. If there's a fight in July, he's out for 18 months. Activity is one of the key discussions in boxing at the moment. We're seeing champions struggle because COVID, so it's pure frustration. So what he's saying is Fury's frustrated because it's taking too long for the fight to get signed due to inactivity. That article was released yesterday morning at 4:20 a.m. Here's what Eddie Hearn had to say on March 5th. He said, and this is Michael Benson quoting Eddie Hearn. He says, Eddie Hearn has declared that they're ready to sign the contract for Joshua versus Fury. He confirmed the fight is fully agreed and said they're just waiting for all parties on Fury's side to sign. Then they will do the same immediately. So Eddie Hearn saying when Fury signs the contract, we'll sign the contract. Now here's Anthony Joshua on talk radio a few days ago, and here's what he said.
It's looking like June.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thanks to the management team, you know what I mean? 258 pulling the string. June should be the date. That's what we're going for.
Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua.
Trust me.
Someone will have all of
for the fans, for the people that have been calling it on for many, many months. You know, shout out to Fury and his team as well. Hungry go-getters, that's what we are. UK, stand up, and to the world, we're bringing it. I can't wait. Undisputed, that's for me.
All I'm saying is expect a flogging.
Expect a flogging. Yes, and if you don't know what that is, if you've got a Nigerian friend, ask them, they'll tell you what. They'll tell you what flogging is.
Expect the flogging.
Where's Stretch? You know
I'm texting my Nigerian friend right now. That's crazy.
You know what? We're going to have to go to our Nigerian friends in the comments because Stretch been acting real funny style because we've been dissing F.A. Ajapa. Listen, Stretch better give us our names before I have him banished from Nigeria. All right, so you guys heard it there. Basically, Fury's upset because he wants the fight announced ASAP because he feels like inactivity is going to hurt him. And depending on the date that the fight's set, he's going to be out of the ring for over a year. And you hear Eddie Hearn saying, well, we're waiting for them to sign, then we'll sign. And you hear Joshua is just like, hey, It's looking like June. I'm expecting to fight in June. So Trill Dollar Bill, what do you make of this mess? Does this make you feel more or less confident in the fight happening? Do you think there's a bunch of excuses wrapped in? Like, how are you feeling about all this information?
Fight's gonna happen. Fight's gonna happen. AJ's in the driver's seat, it looks like, because he seems like he's more comfortable, he's more relaxed, it seems like, you know. Tyson Fury just wants somebody to tell him what's going on, you know, answer my calls, you know what I'm saying? That's what Tyson wants, you know what I'm saying? Let me know. Nah, I think the fight's gonna happen. I think everybody is, you know, so anxious to make the fight happen. You know, both of these warriors are so anxious to make the fight happen. I think things is getting mixed up in translation. I think, you know, so many people are talking, you know, and somebody is talking before they get the information sent to them and not knowing. So many parties in between, you know. But one thing is for sure, that these gentlemen want to get it on, and I think that this fight's gonna happen. I think this fight's gonna happen in June. But Tyson Fury, you gotta understand, this is a big fight. This is a big fight. A lot of things got to be considered. You know, there's gonna be a lot of things going on, so it's gonna take time to put everything in play. But I'm sure the fight's gonna take place. It's gonna take place in June. You know, like AJ was saying, easy big fella, Tyson Fury. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. That's how I feel.
All right, Conspiracy.
Yeah, I actually agree with Fury on this one. When you think about it, it's like he's been inactive for that long, over a year. And if they are going to fight in June, that is like around 18 months. 18 months of inactivity. And not to mention, too, I don't know if he's still doing the co-promotion with Frank Warren and Bob Arum. But if that's happening, then I can understand, you know, the negotiation process is probably taking longer than expected. And Fury's probably like, yo, man, like, while I'm waiting, I might as well get a little tune-up or something just to stay active, which, you know, I don't blame Tyson Fury, especially seeing, you know, how he blows up in weight in between fights and stuff. So, yeah, just get that dude in a training camp real quick, you know, let him get a little light touch if this fight isn't going to happen. So I think that's his frustration. It's like, yo, man, I need to get in this ring, you know. Like, I don't think COVID's really affecting him because I'm pretty sure his status, he could get training partners, he could get sparring partners, like he could get into a gym, he has the money. You know, but the inactivity is really bothering them. So I actually agree with him on that. I do think I agree with Trill. They're gonna have the fight. It's gonna happen. You know, AJ sounds real confident, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. And obviously, I don't view Eddie Hearn as like a liar like that. So the fact that he said like, "Yo, everything's sent out. We're just waiting for Tyson Fury's in." So it's on Tyson Fury's team, you know what I mean? And I think that could be frustrating for Tyson Fury. And he's probably, you know, just having a tantrum. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes you just mad. So he's just taking it out on everybody, including AJ. You know?
All right, Ned.
I'm saying Fury don't end up like Deontay Wilder. Don't blow the bag. Don't let it mess you up. Don't be on here saying nonsense. Tyson Fury, I know you want this fight is right there in your grasp. And from what I see, from what I'm hearing actually, is AJ got you by the grass, and it's crazy, but this is weird. I'm so sorry. I got a mind lapse. It's a mind lapse right now. I just had a mind lapse. So Fury, listen, you're there. You got it. And AJ, he's feeling comfortable. He's confident. And I like you both. And I'm just tied between the two. I'm just saying. I don't want to say it right now. It's not It's not official yet. It's not official yet, and I'm tied between the two. I like Fury. I like AJ, and it's just a different type of fight right now, and it's
Yo, salute to Trill. Salute to Trill. Trill, you so mature. I tried not to laugh. Trill had
yo,
a
stop it! Don't come at me. It's it's it just shows you who handles business better. Like that's all I'm saying. It shows you like you guys is not in order. You guys do all these woofing and talking. Yo, you guys for the G. I'm gonna be real. Y'all guys for the G.
It sounds like they're pulling it.
Yo, you guys put the G. Yo, Fury camp. Y'all put the G. Y'all put the G. Yeah. Yo, we're woofing and talking. Y'all woofing and talking. And then when it comes to the real deal, figure deals, y'all disappear. Like, yo, like we sent y'all the contracts. We got to make this fight happen. And it's like, yo, my team don't know what they're doing. Excuses. But I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm done. Excuses. That's all it is. They slipping right now. Gee, you know how that feels. Part 2.
All right. So basically for me, I was and I'm still confident that this fight will happen. But when you look at what each side is saying, there does seem like a little built-in excuse from every side, with the exception of Anthony Joshua. And here's what I mean by that, right? When you look at Tyson Fury, he's like, yo, which I understand. He wants to be active. And you know that activity means a lot to him because he was out of the sport for 2.5 years. He took 2 fights before he fought Wilder. After the fight with Wilder, he took 2 more fights. Then he fought Wilder. So you know activity does matter to Tyson Fury. However, there was the option for him to have a fight in December now. So his team didn't make that happen. Remember, we were predicting who's it going to be. Is it Efe? Is it Caballo? Is it this guy? The fight never happened, right? So if he gets in the ring with Joshua and he loses, I don't want to hear inactivity because you had the chance to fight in December. Now, if it's because your management team and your promotional team weren't able to get you a fight because they're broke, Frank, Bob, you know what I'm saying? That means you chose the wrong team. But then again, that's on you and your team. See, Tyson Fury didn't fight in December, so that's going to be on him. So I don't want to hear an inactivity excuse. And if you remember when Josh Warrington lost, they were saying how like, oh, well, Fury tweeted how you see what inactivity is doing to people. Nah, I just saw a dude whoop his ass. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what inactivity doing. I just saw Warrington get beat. So, you know, there is that. It seems like Fury's just saying like, look, I if this fight, so if I pull out of this fight because it's not announced, it's because of inactivity, which you can't blame someone because in the end, when you're going into the biggest fight of your career, you want to go in fully confident. You want to go in feeling like you had the chance to prepare and you're absolutely ready. And let's not forget, this is Fury, the Lineal, the WBC and Ring Magazine champion. So he shouldn't be forced into something that he doesn't feel ready for. So I can understand that. And it just seems like he's building that in just in case he doesn't like what ends up happening or the date that the fight's set for. Now you go to Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn's like, well, you know, it's all set, baby. The contracts are set. As soon as they sign, we'll sign. Like, that's just fishy to me, right? Like, if I'm like, yeah, we all gonna go, but Trill, you go first. Right? Trill's gonna be looking at me like, well, why can't you go first? And I'm gonna be like, well, G, go first. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a little weird. It's like, yo, if this is an up and up contract, if this contract is good money, then just put your John Hancock, as we say in Boston, on this, right? Sign this, and let's get the fight popping. So there goes Eddie Hearn's built in. Well, we sent them the contracts. We were ready to go, but Fury never signed it. You already know Fury's like, yo, he's weary about it. So then you cut to Josh when he's like, oh, June. June's the target date. So if that's the case, Fury's worried about it being in July. Fury's worrying about it going on, like being prolonged. So Josh was thinking June's the date. It should be simple. Make it in June. And then bang. So I do think it's going to happen, but I don't like hearing what I'm hearing. It seems like a lot of little petty, just iron those things out. Make the fight in June. Let's get it done.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe and check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros. We're just getting started.
Peace.
You're welcome. You're all welcome.